Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting.
Most definitely, me peoples. I'm back with another exclusive video reaction. This particular video reaction right here is about that man Wack 100 losing it after Adam 22 says Wack is wrong about Max B. You feel me? Reaction. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'm just here to give you the news that you can use about your favorite celebrity or favorite artist. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm gonna give you my dialogue. With that being said though, if you want to watch the full video, you get the link and go follow my peoples. You know what I'm saying? The Ruler Report. You dig what I'm talking about? Where you could get it from him, you know what I'm saying, other than my dialogue. You dig what I'm talking about? With that being said, y'all already know what to do, me peoples. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump off into this action. Make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Meanwhile, me peoples, let's jump.
It seemed like Wack is feeling some type of way because people didn't jump on the Max B paperwork the way that he thought they would. Like, you know, when people came home previously and Wack would come out with paperwork or alleged proof that these individuals cooperated, a lot of times it would be a reaction and people would talk about it. But I think since like the Pooh Shiesty situation, the tables have kind of turned on the paperwork and exposing. Like, people are really tired of paperwork being exposed by Wack 100. I don't think that it's necessarily like people are over the entire, like, let's read the paperwork, see what an individual said. But a lot of it is like they're tired of Wack being the one presenting this paperwork, especially when a lot of the things that he's posting or a lot of the things that he's bringing to the people is in question, like the baby shooter situation. But with this Max B situation, I think it's two-sided. Some people think that what Max B did was cooperating, snitching. Other people feel like it wasn't. Now, regardless of that, not only is Wack trying to say that Max B is a rat, but even though Wack 100 has admitted that he doesn't know anything about Max B back when he was doing music, he wants to try to downplay Max B's career back in 2008 and 2009 as well. Now, for somebody who doesn't know anything about an individual, who said they weren't familiar with the individual, the only thing that he possibly could do is look up stuff online about Max B or maybe ask some people questions. But Adam 22, somebody who's from the East Coast, would actually challenge Wack 100 on a lot of the things he's been saying about Max B.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not here to debate with the civilians. I'm not here to debate with those. I have nothing against Max B. I don't know Max B. I've been laying low out of respect to French Montana, just keeping it gangster, because I could have been lit the fire. You bring it up, so we're going to talk about it. So, you know, he's out. I see my man French with him, you know, so I wasn't in no hurry to trip. My whole thing is he don't mention me. I wasn't going to mention him out of respect to French. But
I mean, I have seen you play favorites, but I wouldn't say that you do that most of the time.
I don't play favorites. I'm going to tell you what it is.
But there's definitely been people who have been accused of shit where you're kind of like, well, no, I don't want to talk about that.
I don't. At the end of the day, with teachers on, ain't nobody going to do nothing. It's just content.
Now, the craziest part about this is Wack repeatedly admitting that he has never listened to Max B's music. And quite frankly, he really don't know shit about Max B besides what was in this paperwork. So I felt like this was the perfect time for somebody to call him out on it, and it just happened to be Adam.
You ever listen to Max B?
I don't know nothing about him. I ain't never heard his music. He's 47 years old. Times have changed. I do know he wasn't shit. He wasn't mainstream before he left. So
He had some big songs, though.
He was bullshit. Big How.
Ballin'. I know it's a Jim Jones song, but he was like the person writing all this shit, I think.
Is he got credit? Is his credits on
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I mean, he never made it to like a super crazy mainstream level.
Now, Wack has been in the music industry for a long time, and he also understands that people have produced songs. People have been in the lab making beats for people like Dr. Dre, P. Diddy, and others. People have actually been behind the scenes helping create or curate songs, writing.
One thing for sure is this, though, you feel me? Wack 100 is one of them dudes gonna make himself noticeable when it comes to being controversial. You feel me? I'm saying? And the other thing is this, though, you feel me? If you've been in the industry as long as you've been around these all top hats, you already know what time it is when it comes to him, bro. You feel me? You already say you kept it cool because of his brother, you feel me what I'm saying? So you know what time it is, bro. And you admitted that it was about some content. So right now, clearly, it's about some content. And the problem is this about Wack 100, though. You know what I'm saying? You too old to be doing what you're doing. But you feel me? People gonna still watch. People gonna still tune in. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna do what we do. You dig what I'm talking about? But on the flip side, though, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's good to hear Adam 22 tell you what time it was, though. You feel me? And he told you in a real way, though. You feel me what I'm saying? I understand you could use the white boy type of thing, but that shit only goes so far. You dig what I'm talking about? Cut it out.
Such as Diddy songs, or songs for Dr. Dre again, or even songs for Drake that didn't receive credits on the album. And we know that those people actually ended up taking individuals to court over these situations. So if Wack really knew the backstory behind the Max B and Jim Jones feud, he would actually understand that part of the reason why these two are into it is because he didn't receive credit for the works that he did for Jim Jones. But let Adam catch this fade real quick.
I can testify as a person who was in New York at that time that he was by far the hottest thing coming out of New York post, 50 and Cam and shit like that.
No.
He had the streets
Cap.
on fire. I lived there. You were already in the old folks home by that point.
He wasn't. No, first of all, out of here. Me and K Slay, that dude left in 09.
If K Slay was here, he would testify to this as well.
No, he wouldn't, because you got Papoose, you got Troy Aves.
Papoose was so far before this.
Are you dumb or something?
I ain't never seen nobody trying to be right so bad in my life, man. When you wrong, you wrong. You can just do a simple Google and find out if Max B was hotter than the people that Wack 100 just named. Like, I mean, anybody with any knowledge of what was going on in hip hop at that particular time knows, for one, there wasn't a lot of mainstream people doing a lot of shit. Most of the people that people were listening to, like the streets was listening to, was mixtapes. Yes, there were artists, rappers who were charting. There were rappers who were doing stuff with major labels. But as far as the streets go and what people was listening to, what the culture was listening to, we was listening to the mixtapes. And the person at that particular time that was running it up, not only on the mixtapes, but as well as the DVDs, was Max B.
Papoose signed his deal after his original hype had already been a few years old.
I'm not like you. These are people I know. I've been in their homes. Motherfucker, we worked in studios. I brought them out here. They come out here to my parties. You can't, me and Slays like this. He was signed a street sweeper.
So now the new bar is set. If you know somebody and you was around them at a particular time, that means that when you actually say that they were more successful or another person wasn't as big as them, basically you're right, because you know this person because they came to your parties, you was around them in the studio or whatever, not because of what was going on in the streets or not because of what you know about both individuals. Because let's remember, you're saying that you don't even know or didn't even know anything about Max B, but then at the same time your argument is that Papoose was bigger than Max B at the time.
2004 is when Alphabetical Slaughter was released by Papoose, which was his first.
He didn't have his deal yet.
Yeah, no, and he signed his deal a couple years later. But by that point, I'm gonna be honest with you, the hype had worn off.
Are you stupid? The nigga was in a full-fledged war with Uncle Murder.
Yeah, but
06, 07,
he
08.
didn't really exactly have the streets on fire as a result of beefing with Uncle Murder. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's okay.
You dumb.
You weren't around. I'm just letting you know, as a person who was in New York at the time.
You goofy ass white boy.
You were all the way on the other side of the country driving trucks and fucking Ray J.
Nigga, you better Google Bridging the Gap.
You was not around. You were all the way in Pacoima driving trucks.
Adam told that man he was all the way in Pacoima driving trucks.
So I was rich then, but you ain't even know it like Rocco. We don't keep score, we just keep on scoring.